everybody. Welcome to Forever Pancakes TV.
Sunday Eve.
Yep.
I don't know when you'll see this, but it's Sunday evening for us.
You're going to see it tonight, y'all.
Oh.
I'm motivated.
Ambitious.
Yep. It all comes down to how long it takes to upload. Because y'all be wondering why sometimes the videos come up on Mondays, because sometimes it takes forever to upload, or it's super late like today. It's not super late, but it's getting there. Yeah. So today we want to do a video about lesbian couple story time. So we're super excited about it. It was Chelsy's idea. We kind of like put the idea together and was like, what are we going to talk about today? And so it's our lesbian couple story time.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought since we're in the car, we have some time, we can tell a story. But this story, I'm sure you'll hear many more. This story was the time that Amber took me to New York for my birthday, my 25th
last year.
My 25th birthday. And yeah, you always hear like you never know if you're gonna make it in life with your partner until you get lost with them in another city, another state, and you have to try to like navigate and not kill each other and compromise on different things that you don't really have to do in your everyday. And that was kind of a test for us at the time because we were kind of lost, and we did go through some interesting things while we were there for the weekend. So
especially trying to figure out the subway, where to go.
It was all types of new stuff. So it was definitely an adventure. So I thought maybe we could tell the story of when we went there.
Yeah. So we went to New York last year. That was our first vacation together. Outside of me moving here to Minnesota. Because Chelsy never been to Ohio, so that was her first time going there. So she picked me up and all that. But anyways, so New York, we waited at the airport. We were all excited, doing our little social media thing, put on Facebook, like, we're going to New York. We're so excited.
She already had it planned out, like, we had, like, this whole, what do you call it?
Itinerary, yeah.
And, like, we had a bus tour set up. We had a hotel in Queens. We had...
I'm a planner, y'all, so you know I was all going. I was slaying from left to right, like this is what we gonna do when we get there.
We had everything set up. So
yes.
By the time we got there, we knew exactly what we wanted to do. We just didn't know how
to accomplish
it.
Yeah.
So we finally got there. Flight. I don't really remember like the
we
flights.
Left in the morning around 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We wanted to chill and walk around our neighborhood to get a feel for where we were, how to take the bus to get from point A to point B for our bus tour the next day.
Because we had to take the bus to the subway station in order to get on the subway to take us downtown New York. So there was a bunch of different transportations that we had to use. But
go ahead.
Before we did all that, when we landed and we got to our hotel, we wanted to walk around just our area there and go get some pizza. And remember the pizza shop that we went to?
Oh my God. So once we walked around and figured out our neighborhood, we was like, okay, let's try to figure out the bus. So before we even went to eat, we were like, let's figure out the whole bus thing and where to go pick up a car, because we like, do we need to get, like, where do we go to get a Metro card or whatever? This chick at the receptionist chick was like, yeah, you gotta go across the street, blah, blah, blah. Sorry for the camera moving like this. Where we are on the road is pretty bumpy. And so, that's what you gotta do to get your card or whatever.
She told us to go across the street to some gas station, 7-Eleven. So we
go in there like we know what the fuck we talking about. Oh yeah, can we get a bus card? This little pretty, what was it, a dude? We went to 3 different places, y'all.
Nobody even knew what we were talking about.
We looked like, stupid as hell. They were like, no, we don't have that. The first time we went, he was like, go to blah, blah, blah. No, that was the second time. Because the first time we went, and the dude was like, oh, we don't sell that here. Go down a couple of blocks. So we go down a couple of blocks. Then the lady's like, didn't even look like she spoke English or something. I don't know. Go to 7-Eleven. We just came from 7-Eleven, and they told us to come here. She's like,
I feel like we were in a movie.
Yeah, it was like the dumbest thing. So then we went to another place, and they was like, oh, you need to go to the cash money order place or whatever. And so we was like,
check. It was called cash
check. So we went there. Next thing you know, guess what? They were closed.
They closed like 5 minutes after we got there. Like they closed at 6, and I think we got there like 6:05.
Something like that. Yeah, it was the dumbest thing.
So then, like, right off the gate, like it was rocky.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I don't know how we're gonna get down here.
I think we ended up
we just walked and got some pizza. I was like, this is the point, we're hungry. I'm tired of walking. I'm tired of talking to people who act like they don't know what the hell we talk about.
We figured out that we're just gonna pay quarters to get on the bus and then get the Metro card at like the big Metro station.
Well, we found that out because we went back and told the receptionist what happened, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, the bus station is across the street, and you have to get quarters." And I said, "Okay, can we get quarters from you?" And that's what happened. So we wasted like God knows how long walking around, probably looking like prostitutes, talking about, "Do you know where we get money to get on this damn bus?" And then you not even know what bus to get on. It was a hot mess. So I was looking at Chelsea like frustrated. Chelsea like, calm down, we're gonna figure it out. I'm like, how you gonna tell me to calm down? I'm the type of person, I like to know where I'm going.
I mean, I get it, but like it's like 3 hours in and we already hitting problems. So I was like, we good, like let's just go get some pizza. Everybody says New York pizza is the best pizza. So
oh my God, yes.
So then we finally found a pizza shop close by, and I don't know, it was we ordered a small pizza. We're like, because you order a small pizza anywhere else, you can finish it yourself.
You get a little personal type pizza kind of thing.
So we're over here ordering like some appetizers,
the whole nine.
Yeah, some drinks, and then we're like, and then we'll have a small pizza. And the guy looked at us like we were crazy. Like, you sure you want to order a pizza after all of that you just ordered? We're like, yeah,
why not?
Pizza. They're like, okay. So we're sitting there waiting, and she finally comes out with our pizza, and it's like the size of the whole table.
Yeah.
For a small pizza.
Yeah. And we looked at each other, and I was like, I talked to the lady. Just because one tip I learned about some New Yorkers is when you're like super like appreciative and thankful, they look at you like you're weird.
Oh, she never said you're welcome.
And so Chelsea was like, thank you. And then the lady just walked by. So then when she came by with something, I was like, good look or thanks or something. And she's like, you're welcome to me. And then said to Chelsea was so mad.
I was being so nice. I'm a nice person. I'm like the nicest person ever.
They look at that as weakness.
I said thank you like 12 times. Thank you so much. Thanks for the pizza. You know, thanks for the drinks. And she looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to say they look at it as weakness. I don't know what the cultural thing down there is like, but that's how I felt. Like, oh, you weak for being too kind or whatever. Like, they take like your kindness and your weakness.
What do you want me to do? Like,
I don't know.
Say F off? Like, thanks for the pizza.
Thanks for the pizza.
That, right.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it was a funny experience to see Chelsea. Chelsea didn't know how to respond to somebody who didn't know how to take a
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, this camera is too wobbly for me right now. Like, this road is getting on my nerves.
It's not my driving.
Well, that's questionable. I'm playing.
Alright, well, sorry for the shaky video.
Yeah, because you know somebody gonna be commenting about shaky. Well, I don't have the tripod or the selfie stick, so y'all just gonna have my hand, y'all. So I apologize with my wobbly arms. So back to the story though. So we finally get that situated. I had bought a Groupon a while ago because I was trying to take Chelsea the year before to New York, and that didn't work out. So this was the year for me to be like, bam, show her what I'm working with. I'm prepared. I planned this. I got this. So we go down to New York, everything. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah, day one that was our day one.
Yeah, trying to figure out the whole bus thing. Thank God for cell phones and using Google Maps, because if you're trying to get around someplace you're not familiar with, Google Maps is your best friend because it shows you where to walk and what bus to take and what time to get off and everything else. So that's what got us through the subway.
I highly believe that Google Maps have saved marriages. Like, I believe that the percentage of marriages have stayed together because of Google Maps. Because I think more people were getting lost and more frustrated before Google Maps came out.
Well, I remember as a kid I went to New York, and it was a horrible experience because nobody wanted to help you. They were too busy to help you, and
you had to follow your actual map.
Yeah, you had an actual map, and then the person who's sitting in a ticket booth type thing was the only one that could really help you, and you still had to figure it out and go off of what they told you in and have a good memory to remember. So it was like super frustrating as a kid and seeing my birth mom and her husband argue. Well, not arguing, but like trying to figure it out or whatever. I don't remember. I just remember it wasn't a good time. And I was like excited about New York, but at the same time I was like, already knew that I probably would get frustrated because of that childhood experience, y'all.
Shout out to Google Maps.
Yeah, so whoop whoop Google Maps. Y'all better have that on deck when y'all going places y'all don't know nothing about.
Day 2 was much better though, because we got to our bus tour and that was...
Yeah, and that was funny.
Well, yeah, when you're trying to redeem your...
Yeah, because it was like for some of y'all that don't use Groupon like that, y'all better learn how to use it because it's the best thing for dates and learning stuff and just doing activities and stuff that you always wanted to do for the low. So, the Groupon was expired, but Groupon allows you to still, they're supposed to still honor their Groupon whether it is expired or not. So I told the lady what was up, and she's like, okay. And then I explained it because I had called multiple times before because I don't like surprises. And so she was like, oh, okay. And just handed us our tickets like, this is what you're supposed to do. And I was like, well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. So we got on our little bus tour. It was family from left to right. I love my gays. And they was giving a tour. And then the one lesbian, she was funny.
Oh, there was a lesbian, the tour guide. She made it. Like, if we didn't have her as a tour guide, it probably wouldn't have been half as fun as it was.
Yeah, she has a sense of humor. And everybody was, because it was an on and off bus where we got off and got on and got to see everything. And then we went past the 9/11 memorial site and we had our moment of silence and she told her story. And it took us back to that moment. What were you guys doing, or how old were you when 9/11 happened? Leave your comments below this box.
And
yeah,
we went past the hotel where Beyonce beat up. Solange beat up
Solange beat up Jay-Z. Yeah, it was funny, and the tour guide told us that we were dying because we knew what was the joke about, and she just added, the historical facts, but she added her own twist to it where we could get the humor or understand the historical facts of New York. I think we went the Central Parkway where we got to see Chelsea Market area. We got to see the library that was popular, all these different things. And so it was just cool. And Obama was there. Everything was locked down. The streets was packed. Police was out. Some people were pissed off. I heard local New Yorkers like, what the hell, man? I got to get to work. I don't care that Obama's here. And I was like, damn.
It's funny because, like, you forget that there's just people living there and working there. Because you got all these people on the
tourist
streets.
People.
You got all these people on the streets, like, taking pictures and, just being tourists. And you got these people walking by, like, pissed, like, I got to get to work. You need to get out of my way. And it's like...
And they move, like, no, it's not even manner. It's just move out my way. And they're, like, throwing elbows and stuff.
But
and I was like...
imagine if that's your everyday life. Like, I don't blame them.
Yeah, and it's rush. I couldn't live there.
But I could still appreciate that you're welcome when I said that.
Yeah, she's still one right, y'all.
So, the buses that we were taking for the bus tour, there was a bunch of different buses. You just have to be on the right company through our tours. So, we got off one of our last stops and we're like, well, we'll catch the next one after we go and see the Brooklyn Bridge. Well, we said, we're going to go look at the Brooklyn Bridge and then we're going to come back and get on the next bus.
We had it planned out, y'all.
Well, what had happened was... What happened?
No, I'm laughing. Because what ended up happening was, I'm like, oh, we're waiting for this bus to come.
It's getting dark
It
now.
did not come, y'all. So we
getting dark.
It's starting to get dark. We got a couple other people that's supposed to get on the bus asking us questions like we know what's going on. We was like, well, we thought that we was going to take the other bus to go to the Times Square area so that we could check out that part because there's two type of buses or whatever.
We got off too late from the last one, and
they didn't even tell us.
They ended bus tours, and we never got on the last. So we had to go and search out for a subway station and get on the subway to get back to our hotel.
Thanks, Google Maps.
For real, another shout out to Google Maps. Saved another marriage right there.
Right, because I was telling Chelsea, I was like, girl, we had to seize this moment. Let's go down. Let's go do this and that. Chelsea was like, it's getting dark, and we don't know nothing about New York. I got it.
I'm not trying to die in New York.
you was like, I don't know nothing, so we need to go. And I was like, all right, because I'm about to party it up. Like,
if my phone would have died and we couldn't find the subway and get back to our hotel, I'm not trying to sleep out on the streets.
I appreciate that Chelsea told me, now let's go back to the hotel, because myself would have been like, all right, and then be like, I don't know where we going, how to get home. So it was a weekend trip, so it wasn't super long. We got to see almost everything thanks to the bus tour. We got to take pictures of the Statue of Liberty. We got to go on the Brooklyn Bridge, was something I planned, and it was really romantic. We got to hold hands, and I wish we would have had a lock, because they put, like, I read somewhere on a blog post or something that people put locks in there and put their names on there with the relationships. I wonder how long them relationships last. But anyway, a key and a lock, or something.
And you clip it on the bridge when you walk by, and you put your initials on it. There was like thousands of locks.
It was so sweet, and it was just so romantic. I was just like so in love, and I can't wait till, our plan is to go to Paris before we're 30. That's more like my dream since I was a kid. Like, me and my grandpa, Papa, rest in peace. But me and him always talked about going to Paris. I don't know why. And in middle school, I took French and all this different things, so I have an infatuation about Paris and stuff. And so that'll be another story time. That is another story time. So sorry this video took so long. We just wanted to share our first vacation together and how relationships are mended or broken
by travel,
y'all.
And if Google Maps has saved your relationship, let us know, because I feel like that's what saved a lot.
Yeah, so thank you technology, thank you Google Maps, thank you New York.
If you went on a trip and it was terrible and you guys argued the whole time because of miscommunication and different ways of solving,
or just, I don't know,
issues,
I didn't have anything planned or whatever.
Let us know how that went.
Yeah, leave it in a comment below. So we'll see you guys. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next Sunday. Bye.